What is up, bro? Dad and daughter movie reviews. We just watched this movie about 15, 20 minutes ago. We decided we needed to jump on here. We decided we needed to make the video because it was so badass. There are very few movies that I watched personally, especially growing up in the golden era of horror movies in the 80s, that blow my mind, that I'm like, holy cow, I have to talk about this, I have to share it, I have to make a video about it. But this movie checked all those boxes for me personally. I know it did for you as well. We are both watching it, in the dark basement, and we were both like, there were scenes where things were happening. We're like, dude, if they turn around with the camera and she's standing right there, nope, we are done. We're turning it off. We are done. And we probably had about 6 or 7, maybe 8 moments like that in that movie. You think?
And we kept going. We wanted to finish it.
Yeah, and there were moments where I was like, I'm not watching. You gotta tell me what happens, or whatever. But that was because we were so into the movie and we were so into what was happening. For me, this movie builds really well as a found footage movie. I'm a pretty big fan of found footage. I know there's some crappy ones out there, some really good ones, but I'm typically a fan of these movies because I feel like it adds something genuine to the movie that isn't necessarily there if you're watching a normal horror movie. It feels a little bit more scripted. These feel a little bit more, just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They're more ad-lib. There's more
real.
They just kind of, it's more real, right? The conversations seem more real. The interactions seem more real. And so I'm typically a fan of these, but I really, really love this movie. I love the way they built it. They built it really, really kind of at a slower pace. They didn't give away too much at the beginning or too much right away. They still left you kind of guessing and whatnot and on the edge of your seat. And I think that's, those are the qualities of a good horror movie, especially a found footage film where you, the audience, is maybe seeing different stuff or faster or things are being introduced more or quicker than your characters in your movie are seeing it. So for me, that's what I really enjoyed about this. I thought it was extremely, extremely creepy. There were a lot of really creepy things that happened. Like I said, Jill Larson was amazing in this. Really gave me vibes of like a Reverend Cain / Zelda, right? She reminded me a lot of my grandma who passed away from cancer. So I got to see her kind of in these really bad stages. And so maybe that was part of it for me that really was, I was like, oh man, like I've seen this and experienced it. Maybe it's a little bit more real for me. I don't know, but it was awesome, right? And what do you feel? How do you feel about it?
Probably on my top 3 scariest movies I've ever seen in my whole life. I'm not sleeping alone for a while. Sleeping with the lights on. Do not recommend watching alone unless you want to have a heart attack. Like, I genuinely would not recommend watching alone. Recommend the movie, sure, but maybe watch it upstairs during the daytime with the windows open, lights on, with someone, one of your friends, your house. Like, not. I can't even. I was hiding under a blanket the whole time. I couldn't turn around. Like, I was, at the beginning of the movie, he moved from the spot he was sitting at because the back of the couch faced the room, and he was like, I already know I'm gonna be scared. I'm not gonna be able to sit here. I was like, I was sunken into the couch. I think that Jill Larson did an amazing job and really good acting. And I think I'd have never seen a found footage movie before, and that's why I think some of the videos I watch that are like creepy videos of like ghost hunters and stuff they feel more real and scary than horror movies do because it's actually happening.
Yeah, it's a found
footage movie. It feels real. It feels real.
Like the people are behind the camera. It's not necessarily camera people behind the camera, right? I'm blown away. Like I said, I highly suggest you watch this movie if you've never seen it. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people suggested it to me. I kind of sat on it, And I'm glad that, you know, today I took the opportunity to watch this. You know, sometimes the thing, like, everybody has certain things that scare them, right? Like, something that is necessarily, like, super scary to me or super scary to her might not be super scary to you, the person watching the video. Things that scare her may not scare me, and vice versa, right? We all have our little things that freak us out. So for us, you know, the appearance of Deborah Logan, the acting, the things that were happening in the movie checked boxes for us that were creepy for us, and they scared us. And that may not be the case for you. So you may watch the movie and be like, what are they talking about? And that's okay. Like, right, horror movies in general, whatever it is, like that's why, you know, we have Coke and Pepsi, right? Because not everybody's the same, not everybody likes the same stuff. But I really like the fact that I felt this build, and it wasn't given away too early, and therefore I sat through the back half of the movie going, like, why am I watching this? I'm just kind of finishing it because I feel like I should. I really wanted to see what was happening, and I didn't know what was happening, and I didn't know, you know, how it was all gonna end up, and, you know, and that's what I liked about it.
I think the ending surprised me too. Like they turn a camera, they like go in mines, like they could get lost. I would have gotten lost. There's no way I would have found my way back.
The lights are flickering, and they're having to use a camera, and it's
like,
very.
They're going this way and that way and under and over and everywhere, and then they turn the corner, and she's like.
She's behind a rock.
She's behind a rock.
If you've seen this movie, you know what I'm saying. If you haven't, sorry, spoiler. You might want to cut the camera off now, go back and watch the movie, and then maybe come back and watch the rest of this, because we don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it. But go ahead.
They threw it around. They turn the rock, and she's like eating the kid, like
eating a child.
She's eating the child.
Yeah, like her head and her jaw are like, she's opened up almost like a snake,
like this wide,
like an anaconda trying to swallow this child. And it is like, it's like,
whoa, okay,
what is happening?
We went there with that. Okay. Whoa. I had seen a photo of that before, and
I did not. I had no idea.
I made the mistake of looking up creepy photos with my friends, and I was just scrolling through them. I was like, "What is that?" And I didn't think it was a scary photo. And then I found the backstory behind that, and then I'm like, "Oh." So like, if you look up after you watch it, if you look up creepy photos, you can scroll down for a little bit and find that photo.
Yeah. To me, it's one of those moments, like, in horror movie history that you watch, and, like, once you see it, you'll never unsee it. You'll never not think about it. Like, it'll be like burned and ingrained in your brain. Like, it's that like, whoa, what in the
actual like, she had her head in her mouth.
Yeah.
It was like inhaled, like
yeah, it was
gone. Like, if she would have, I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
they didn't go and be like, uh-oh.
Yeah, it was creepy. So this movie gets 2 thumbs up for us, 100%. Agree with you. Like, one of the more creepy, scary, kind of unsettling movies I have ever seen, and I was blown away by the filmmaking. There's a shot in this movie where she's playing the piano, and she's just kind of like staring off, like smirking at the camera, and she's playing Frere Jacques very slowly on the piano. And the camera's like in the other room, and it just starts, you know, fading out, and it gets, you know, the background starts getting blacker and blacker and darker, and then and eventually all that's left is just her face and her head in there, and then that slowly goes away as well. It's such a great shot, such a wonderful piece of filmmaking, and it was very effective, very creepy. We really both at that moment were like, wow, what a cool shot.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think it adds to one of my favorite shots in horror movies that I've seen, like Part 6, where Jason is standing on top of the van.
On top of the RV after he kills Court and Nikki. Yep, we talked about that.
Oh, that is so good. I took a photo of it, turned it black and white, and I was like, background.
what a cool shot that is, right? It's just one of those things like you're like, wow, that was really cool. Like
good idea.
Yeah, just really
Great
cool,
idea.
very effective. Not really much going on in the scene other than her just looking creepy and playing, you know, a children's song on
It doesn't
the
explain
piano
anything either. She's
but
just,
yeah, exactly, it's out
it
of
adds
nowhere,
to creepy. It adds to creepy.
and then it just backs out,
Like,
and
there's no
so,
explanation, and that's what makes it scary.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess the reason this scared me, and I don't get scared of horror movies like that. Slashers, the thing with me is just if it gets too gory, it's like an automatic turn off. Like I don't want to watch this anymore. But that was like another kind of scary. That was a different kind of scary.
Right, and that's what we talk about, right? Is what scares me may not scare you, may not scare you, right? So sometimes people are scared of slashers because they feel like, oh, that could really happen in my real life. Someone could really break into my house or whatever, right?
Oh,
and then some people believe in possession, right? And so those kind of things that seem a little bit more real or realistic in real life can add to, you know, how terrified you really are or something. So for us, like I said, 2 thumbs up. Go check that movie out. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Let us know in the comment section below what you think about this movie, where this movie kind of rates or ranks in your horror movie possession movie ranking. I'm curious to hear that. I know you are as well. Again, Jill Larson, dude, kudos. She does not get enough, I think, props for her performance in this movie. I don't hear a lot of people talk about necessarily how well of a job she does in this movie, but she was absolutely phenomenal at playing the role of, you know, nice mom to freaking out to creepy facial movements and body movements
and snake.
and yeah, it just, she was phenomenal. So you know, kudos to her for the job that she did as well. So that's going to be it from us on this one. Like I said, 2 thumbs up. The Taking of Deborah Logan. Go watch that movie. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Be on the lookout for other stuff that we have in the works. If you haven't gone back and watched our Friday the 13th series ranking and our Friday the 13th favorite character, best kill character we would bring back from each movie video, go check that out. Let us know what you think about that, what your list would look like. If you could make your own list, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and as always, we really appreciate you watching. So until the next one, we're out of here.